Previously on Moment of Balance.
Are you okay? I got this note from Iru.
I need you to track down my brother. He has a tailor shop in Ba Sing Se.
Is this a situation where when the money stops, they go do something to your brother, or?
As long as us three work together as a team, we A-okay. You can tell that he hasn't slept very well.
There's the person that you are now, and there is the person that you're moving towards becoming. Sometimes, I think that woman is a version of yourself that you'll one day be able to say you're very happy to be.
I don't know if that's something I can just shrug off right now. I haven't shot anyone yet, and I've been keeping my head down.
Before you turn to leave, you notice a newspaper, and on the front page, Kiyoshi convicts escaped. You guys have been riding on the train, and it's not a super short ride from Bin Air to Ba Sing Se. You guys have some time. Before we all get to Ba Sing Se, do you have anything you want to do on the train?
Hanako, the only thing on her docket is that she wants to speak with Chong, Sr.
Oh, right. So the Chongs are currently being stored in a empty, freight car. Like, this was not a car meant for people, this was a car meant for all of the goods being spread across the Earth Kingdom. So what once held the aid for Zigan Village is now the home to at least 15 Chongs?
I think Hanako walks into the Chong car, right? And she looks a little uncomfortable, right? Like, she understands how to handle Chong, right? But, 15 of him is still a lot. And I don't know, she's looking around. I think she's identified Chong Sr., but he's, in the middle of talking to somebody or playing his instrument or something, and she's just sort of hanging on the sidelines. And I think she needs him to approach her.
Yeah, you walk in and, the whole family's having a jam session. They're playing their instruments. They're playing... Wait, no, I know what he's singing. He's singing, the don't let the cave-in get you down, but he's singing don't let the train ride get you down.
They're trying to cheer up, what's his name?
Halen.
Halen. Yeah.
All around it, Halen, and he's all grumpy, and Dorshi made him like a little flower crown.
So, yeah, you walk into this site, and Chong Sr. does not notice you, but Dorji does. She sees you at the corner of her eye and stops playing her flute and is like, Hanako! Come on in! Come on over!
Yes, hello. Hanako, hesitantly approaches the group.
Chong Sr. stops his playing, sets down his mandolin, and he's like, Hey, Fire Nation lady, what's up?
Hi. I hold a great deal of respect for your son. You did a good job raising him.
Hey, that's good to know.
I think he's incredibly wise. Wiser than a lot of people might give him credit for. And I thought maybe, if that came from you, you might be able to help me with something.
I don't know about being wise, man. I just know about following my bliss and following the music.
That might be why I'm here. So, do you mind? Can we sit down for a second?
Chong Sr. gestures to there's a bunch of crates in the corner, and people have been just sort of grabbing the crates and using those as chairs.
Yeah, I pull him off to the side and I sit down with him. So, I've been thinking recently about the way that I was brought up. I was taught to perform, in a sense.
I love performing.
Right, yes. And in Bin Air, I found that there was a time where performing, in the way that I've been taught for my entire life, was uncomfortable. It was something I had trouble falling back into. When I performed with you and your family in Zigan, there was a flow to it that I wasn't expecting. I was nervous, You told me that it would be fine, and you brought me on stage, and somehow, despite the fact that I had never practiced for that a day in my life, I did well enough. How do you do that?
Well, performing, improvising, it's all about going with the flow. Just sort of let the music take you where you want to take it. I don't create the music. The music creates itself through me. There's also, like, some science behind it and stuff, but I don't really pay attention to that. I just play what I like, how it sounds.
Right. I don't...
I do what I want.
Hanako seems like something is catching in her mind about this. I'm used to, or I suppose I was trained to, have control over things, to keep a tight leash on them. Or a tight leash on myself. The idea of just handing myself over to whatever would like to work through me it's new. Something I might need practice with.
Chong Sr. takes a look at you and, he can tell that you're stiff. He can tell that you don't relax easily. He says, wait right here, sit right down, don't move a muscle. And he runs off to grab some stuff.
I think as he says that, Hanako falls, like very still. Like, she puts effort into not moving a muscle. She does the opposite of relaxing.
And Chong Sr. comes back with his mandolin, and he comes back with some pitched percussion instrument. Something that maybe to play well, you need technique, but to make a sound out of, you don't need technique. You don't need to know how to hold it. You don't need to know how to move your mouth in a specific way. He puts this pitched percussion instrument in front of you, places a mallet in your hand, and says, the best way to learn how to let go is in a place where there's no consequences. And he starts playing sort of a drone on his mandolin. He's not changing the chords or anything. It's just one chord that he is doing he's doing some finger picking pattern on. And he says, go ahead, follow your bliss. Now, let's do this wisdom from many places move.
When you start learning a technique of a training you don't have with a willing teacher, here are the questions. Is your unity greater than 0? Not right now. Have I studied this technique before? Not really. Has someone used this technique against me in real battle? Absolutely not. So I get a +0 on this. And nonetheless, that's a 12.
You hear this sort of droning finger-picking pattern, and you take the mallets, and you smack one of the... I want to say it's like a stone xylophone. There's a name for a stone. Yeah. It's a lithophone. It's some sort of lithophone. Okay. And you smack one of the notes, you can hear it ring, and it seems pretty fun. So yeah, what's going on with your experience playing this xylophone? How does it make you feel?
I think Hanako at first freezes up, right? He says, go for it, and she picks up the mallet, and it hovers over, and she just... There's nothing. Like, she just sits there, and he just keeps droning, and I think that what's very important is that he doesn't say anything, he doesn't berate her, he just keeps going.
He's just, he's in his own Chong zone right now. He's not even hearing what you're doing, he's just having the time of his life creating this simple drone in A. Let's say it's in A because I want it to be in A.
Of course. And I think that there's like a long moment where Hanako just does nothing. But eventually she closes her eyes, and she takes a breath, and she listens to his playing. And in her mind, for a moment, we see an image of her back at the beach, at the lake, where she's just sitting in the water, warming it up with her firebending, and relaxing, and thinking things over. And by the time she plays the first note, she has not opened her eyes, and perhaps she hasn't even realized it happened until she heard it. But by the time it starts, she's figured it out. and she doesn't stop. And it doesn't sound good, probably, but she makes her way through it, and she eventually identifies a couple of patterns that do match well with whatever Chong is doing. And though it's not anything fancy, she doesn't do any spectacular solos or anything, she eventually gets into it, and a smile creeps across her face.
Now you're getting it. There's no rules. There's no rigid structure. It's just you and the waves that are music.
And I think the sound fades into the rush of the waves against the shore of the beach, and then we'll fade out of that scene entirely. I think we fade back in, and after everything's done, and Hanako's like thanking him for everything, but he needs to give me a mastery condition.
Right. So So you finish your jam session with Chong Sr., and he's like, "Whoa, little lady, you got the music in you."
I can't say I've ever thought of myself as a musician, really, but thank you.
Ever considered like picking up an instrument? Not just like picking up an instrument, but like, learning one?
I haven't, no.
If you want to get real good at this sort of chill, zoning out vibe we got going on, you should find an instrument of your own.
Right. I'll consider that. And thank you for this. This has been really helpful for me.
Anytime, my fiery friend. Chong, you're going to approach Asami's car.
Yes, and he has Zopa with him.
As always.
Yes, for moral support. He's like cuddled up on his shoulder.
Aw.
Very cute.
Such a baby. So, gonna enter Asami's car. She is once again at her drafting table. This time it seems like she has less plans for electric things and more train plans themselves, and she's compiling them to give to King Wu, or as you assume, she'll give them to King Wu.
Chong double knocks, uses both his hands and does a little knock knock, and he goes, "Hey, you got a quick minute?"
Asami looks up from her drafting table. "Oh, Chong. Yeah, sure. Come on in."
I think Chong sees that she's working and goes, "So, working hard or hardly working?"
I don't know if I know the meaning of hardly working.
It was supposed to be. It was funnier in my head. Regardless, I see you're busy. I won't take up too much of your time. I know you and I haven't really talked, aside from, in meetings and whatnot. I know we're getting to Bossing Say, and I know that's where we agreed that my family should get off. And that's still the plan. And I just wanted to, it was really last minute, and I super appreciate that you did this for us. So I just wanted to come and say thanks, cause I know we're a fun bunch,
Oh, of course. I mean, I have this whole train here. I'm not about to let an entire pack of wandering musicians? Is that what your family is? I'm not about to let your whole family get attacked by some completely unknown terrorist group.
Still not super psyched that that's a thing, cause those seem to keep popping up for some reason. But
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, it's just, I have a quick question, really.
Yeah?
This is gonna sound a bit weird, but outside of, me and Tenson, what's your experience with airbenders outside of Republic City?
Like with the other members of the Air Nation? I mean, it's been nothing but positive. They've helped me and countless others avoid so many crises. I mean, I'm sure in your studies you heard about all of the good that the Air Nation did just a few years ago during Kuvira's attack on Republic City. I mean, at least the ones I've met, they're all some of the bravest people I've ever seen.
Some didn't know that. Super great. No, legitimately. And I'm like super stoked to be on the train again. Like, it's been great meeting lots of new people, and of course, running into my family. Still sucks about the circumstance for that, though. It's just, I don't know how helpful being Air Nation has been on this. I mean, aside from talking to, this one guy back in the other town, no one's really cared that I'm a bender. Or specifically, Air Nation.
Well, airbenders aren't particularly outside of Republic City. There's not really large airbending communities. And they probably haven't cared because, unfortunately, it's difficult for, I mean, you know this as well as I do, it's difficult for you guys to get everywhere in the Earth Kingdom that needs aid. So I'm sure a lot of people are probably a little jaded about the Air Nation. But that's what this train is for, and you know this.
Oh, it's supposed to help. It's just. And we have helped. I mean, these two towns, they're gonna get the station, and they're gonna be better off for this. But we're about to go to a place where I don't know if you've heard this rumor. It's like crazy. Didn't an airbender, like, in the rumor, of course, kill one of their politicians?
You're afraid that people are going to have a negative opinion of you because of something that one terrorist did 4 years ago? I think you're going to be fine. And she leans in close. No one liked that Earth Queen anyway.
Thanks. I guess that was a little one. And I guess, I don't know. I mean, this is all still a little crazy to me, getting involved in bendery stuff. Because you're right, my family's musicians, but we're nomads first and musicians second, if that makes sense. We've never really claimed a nationality before, We've always just been the Chong family. And when learning airbending, I don't want to say forced, because I was excited to learn and accept it, but was pushed to suddenly be Air Nation. And it's neat having this identity, I guess, but you were a non-bender. You are a non-bender. And I was a non-bender until, a couple of years ago. It's still so weird to shift cultures like that. And I don't know. I like the idea of spreading, good opinion about this, about Air Nation and airbending and peace, because I like to think that, symbol of peace and airbender second. But I don't know. I guess as a part timer, I guess I'm with my family here. I guess I'm feeling a little self conscious about that.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I know you say I'm a non-bender, but that's not my identity. In the same way that I don't think being a non-bender was your identity before. My identity is as a citizen of Republic City. And I think what might be getting into your head is less your ability to bend and more you've never had that tie to a land or a nation before. I mean, you said your family's nomads. Yeah, they're nomads that go all around the Earth Kingdom, but they're not from Ba Sing Se. They're not from Omashu. They're not from any of the smaller villages around. They don't have those ties. So yeah, you're getting used to having a tie somewhere.
I think Chong has like a look of concentration on his face, and he goes, "Yeah, I guess I am."
Just because you have a tie somewhere, it doesn't mean that has to be your sole identity, though.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. And in the meantime, though, once we're sure that the terrorist thing is done in Ba Sing Se, I'll say goodbye to the fam, and we will continue on our train quest. In the meantime, just wanted to say hi, say thanks. Let Sopa say thanks.
Asami gives you a little bit of a look because she heard you say terrorist thing in Ba Sing Se. Did you guys find out something else about those black-robed people that I didn't hear about?
Actually, I don't remember. I don't think we did. I mean, you saw the newspaper about Kyoshi Island back in the other town, so I don't think there's, anything new about that particular group. I guess
Well, we'll be debriefing with King Wu. I'm sure that if there's anything going on in the city, he'll know about it. But if you guys do hear anything else about that group, let me know. We can't have them derailing the project.
Hi, Captain. And Zopa also puts her paw up like in a little salute and goes, and, and Chong leaves the scene.
Before Chong leaves, Asami pats Zopa on the head.
Aww.
So outside of, or as you're leaving Asami's door, do you run into Sabi?
Yeah, I think you like see Sabi as you're making your way back toward like the cars. Like she's kind of like found a spot that's less busy and there aren't a lot of people around. She's just kind of like leaned up against the wall, sort of looking off, looking a little distant. And she sees you. She notices you coming down the hallway and turns to look at you. Oh, Chong, I was just about to go looking for you. I need to talk to you and Hanako about something before we get to Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, totally. Is it okay that Zopa's there too? And Zopa looks at you like little.
You see Sabi like open her mouth and kind of squint for a second. Yeah, that's fine. Sure, okay. And she sort of like walks off with, in front of you back towards the sort of living car areas. I'm assuming Hanako's like back from.
She's probably on her way back at this very moment, conveniently.
That's amazing.
Wow, so convenient. We're all
Okay,
on the
so
same
yeah,
train.
I guess we run into you as we're coming back, and Sabi like sort of steps back. Hanako, you look like something's gone your way.
Yes, thank you. I'd say that it has.
Oh my gosh, did you get like a new facial or something? You look so relaxed. You always have like these little lines near your eyes, and they're like gone.
Hanako looks at Chong and then looks at Sabi and then looks a little ashamed and says, I was speaking with your father.
Ooh. And I think a moment of hesitation comes over Chong's face because of the conversation he had with you the other day.
Chong, where would she get a facial? It's converted military transport train, Chong.
Have you seen her luggage? I live with her she's like living with you part-time, but she's like living with me part-time.
You see Sabi blush when you say that. Yeah, I've seen her luggage.
This completely goes over Chong's head. It's like, Hanako and I, when she's over at our place having our sleepovers, we do facials sometimes.
This is not turning mortifying at all.
Chong, there's no need to be jealous. It's fine.
Look, I need it. Before we get into Ba Sing Se, I need to talk to the two of you in private.
Of course. Why don't we head back to one of our rooms?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go back to whatever cabin is the closest or largest.
They're all about the same size, so let's say you pop into Hanako's cabin.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's where Sabi's been
That's the one
sleeping.
where Sabi's been staying. So yeah, as the door closes, Sabi kind of like walks over to the window and just kind of looks out, and I'm assuming we're getting close enough you can like see the city.
You can see the wall.
The wall, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
So.
It's an enormous fucking wall.
And yeah, you see her just kind of like looking out at Ba Sing Se as we're approaching, and then she turns back. Chong, I already talked to Hanako about this, but there's something I need to do in Ba Sing Se, and I can't make you help me, but I'd really appreciate it if the two of you could help me with it. Before we left Republic City, Bame reached out to me and asked me if I could try to find her brother in Ba Sing Se. Apparently he's stopped sending letters back, and Sabi kind of looks down, like realizing that none of this has been explained to Chong, and it's kind of complicated.
Chong is looking at you kind of like a cat in confusion, like wide-eyed, probably puts his head to the side, Zopa mirroring him.
Actually, wait, how much did Sabi hasn't told Chong like anything about her background in Ba Sing Se, has she?
No.
no
Oh
idea.
boy!
Chris knows that you're from Bossing Say. You haven't told them anything about your.
Sabi's like, you see the gears turning in her head as she realizes that she hasn't actually talked to you about this. Chong, have I ever? I have told you that I'm from Bossing Say, right?
Oh yeah, we had like a whole philosophical chat about that the other day. Let me think here, and I think Chong puts up his fingers as he counts. He's like, I know you're an orphan. I know a big bad thing happened there. You didn't realize you could bend yet until you got here. You're from a low ring, not sure which one.
The lower ring. It's just called the lower. It's the place where all the poor people live. Chong.
And you probably wore a lot of green. That's like 5 things, and the 5th one's more of an assumption.
Okay, we can work with that. So when I was in Bossing Say, I worked for a triad run by a man named Chun. And the reason I left the city,
Triads in more than one city?
you see Sabi like kind of squint at Chong again, like she's trying to figure out if this is a bit or not. But he looks too serious for that. Yeah, there are triads wherever there are a lot of people, Chong. Uh, okay, so the bad thing that took me out of the city was I killed someone to defend someone else, and I had to leave very, very quickly. And apparently, Bame's brother has been sending money to my old triad, and the money kind of stopped without explanation. And Bame doesn't really know what happened, and it's been several months, so I promised that I would try to find him. And Sabi stops and kind of like is looking at Chong very closely, trying to gauge his response to all of this.
I think it takes like a good solid minute, like for the point where Zopa like puts a little paw on Chong's cheek, like you.
Just kind of starts batting his face.
Yes, because Chong he's just he's neutral face. I don't think you can read his reaction for a minute. And Chong's like, okay, I'll be for real. When you said you did a bad thing, I had a feeling it was gonna be like a crime thing. I mean, a little deja vu, I guess, but I mean, I think Bame's pretty cool, so of course we'll help you with it. 2 quick questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Is there like a warrant on you for the murder bit?
You see Sabi kind of like look around and she looks a little confused. I don't think so. Like it was more that there was a chance that somebody would come looking for me or something bad would happen if I stuck around, but I don't think there's a warrant out for my arrest. No.
Okay, cool. Because no offense for realsies here. Having to explain to my dad why one of my friends got arrested the second we got off the big fancy soundproof train. I already, update for you quick. I'm gonna come clean to my family about this whole airbender business, so that'd be like 2 big bombs on them, and that's too much. He's gonna write so many, ballads on that. That's too much. Okay, good. We'll keep an eye out for that. Second, I guess technically 2 questions on this. The person you defended, are they still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive. She almost wasn't, but yes, she's still alive as far as I know. Something happened after I left.
Okay, so assuming she's still alive, will it be weird if we see her in Bossing? You said it was her, right?
Yeah, her name was Yalai. She was another one of Shun's, I don't know, enforcers.
Okay. I guess third last thing, and then otherwise, on board, we're set to go. You got Chong 100% on this. And of course, Zopa. And Zopa gives you a dutiful nod at that. Does Asami know?
You see Sabi hold her breath at that.
Because
How much does Sami know about everything? Does she know anything about the either murder?
No.
Yeah, I don't. This is not something.
No, Asami knows that you worked for Varric.
Yeah.
I don't know if Asami even knows about you working for Bombay.
I don't think she does. Wow.
She knows that you worked for Varric doing Varric's dirty work. And it would not surprise her to find out that if Varric had asked you to kill someone. So if she found out about the whistleblower or any of that, it would not surprise her. And if you told her that you killed the guy in the mountains because of Varric, she wouldn't be surprised or upset because she would see that as Varric's doing. But she does not know about you murdering people because you want to save other people.
Yeah, so you see Sabi like hitch up and like hold her breath for a second. She does not know about this.
Okay. I mean, obviously we shouldn't give her the details, but we just had a moment together in her workroom, even though she did not laugh at my joke, which I thought was pretty funny, but to each their own. And this sounds like a potential threat to her whole little train project here. And she made it clear that she's pretty passionate about seeing this through. Maybe, like, say, since you were born here and whatnot, that you could tell her to watch out for triads?
I don't think that the triads and her are going to cross paths much. They might have blown a hole in the wall, but there's still a long way between the Imperial Palace and the lower ring.
But what if they mess with you? She's gonna ask questions about why they're messing with you.
Quick question. Shun's gang, their lower ring, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tailor shop, where is it?
also lower ring.
Look, Shun is the one that introduced me to Bombay. He got me out of the city safely when he didn't have to do that. I'm more worried about what happened to Bombay's brother. It's not normal for someone to just disappear for a couple of months.
Is it Shun's triad that her brother is in trouble with?
You see Sabi kind of like glance over at you and furrow her brow. Bombay didn't know a lot of specifics, just that he was sending money that was supposed to go back to her, but it was going to Shun instead, and she didn't give me a lot of details. I don't know. I don't know if he's in trouble with them or somebody else.
Here's my thoughts with regards to Asami.
Okay.
Asami is focused on her job. And right now, that is her getting her trained. She, frankly, should be able to handle the vast majority of this particular city on her own, unless things go particularly sideways. I think that as long as we were careful about it, we would be able to keep one or two of us in her periphery at all times, such that she might not notice that we're off and about doing things. Honestly, once negotiations get underway, she might not even mind if we just go about our own devices generally. I think that we can keep this very separate from her if we're careful about it.
You see Sabi kind of like thinking for a second. I know she's focused on her train. I don't want to distract from that. And I made a promise to Bombay, and I owe Bombay a lot. I just want to find out whatever we can about what's happening with her brother and let her know so she can have some kind of closure.
Of course. You misunderstand. I'm not trying to say we need to refocus in on Asami's mission. I simply think that Chong brings up a good point that we want to keep this out. We want to keep this away from her.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think she needs to know about this. I don't think that would end well.
So, I think we should all go with her to whatever the first meeting of this is going to be. And then, once we have a sense of how the negotiations are going to go, we can figure out which, if any of us, need to remain behind with her, and which can go out into the city to start looking into Bame's brother.
I think that makes sense. I'm still here. at least theoretically, to help with this whole train thing, so it wouldn't be a good look to just not be there for the first meeting.
Believe me, if I believed it would be sensible for you to just go as soon as we hit the station, I would tell you to.
You see Sabi smiling at that. Thanks. And she looks over at Chong again. I told Hanako about this before, and you don't have to be a part of this if you don't want to. But I could use your help. You can do things that I could never dream of being able to do with your airbending, and I think that would be useful. So I'm asking for your help. I don't want you to think I'm trying to pressure you into this.
I think Chong gives you a big smile and goes, "Hey man, I'm always ready to help you guys. I will need to have some time for my family, to make sure they're comfortable, have them do something when we're in the city, and of course, make sure they're safe. They're going to be my priority in this, but once I'm sure of that, I'm happy to help you with this as much as I can."
You see Sabi like kind of smile a little bitterly and nod with a kind of like, I was afraid you'd say that face. Thanks, Chong. I guess I owe you one.
Chong nods and offers you a fist bump.
So, Chong, before we head to Ba Sing Se, did you want to speak with your family?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I think Chong's gonna check in with Halen.
Okay. Gonna make your way to the soundproofed Chong containment zone?
Yes, I think Chong is, and I think Chong is bringing Zopa, like, in case he needs to distract some other family members.
Well, you open the car, and yeah, your dad immediately is like, "Oh, whoa, it's Junior! Come join us. We're just about to have another jam session."
Oh, yeah, Dad, me and jam sessions. I'm sorry. I gotta get to work soon, doing, airbendery things. But before you start jamming, I do need to check in with Halen quick.
Of
For
course.
job reasons.
Not gonna stand between you and your airbender duties.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm sorry, but hey, next jam session, hardcore dizzy flute.
Right on, little man.
And I give my dad a fist bump. Gotcha. And then after that, I make my way over the Halen. I wave at my brothers and sisters. I probably give Dorji a little extra, like, double wave and point to Zopa, like, hey, it's the cabot you like.
I want to say Dorji comes over and basically takes Zopa off your hands because she wants to play with that cabin so bad.
So yeah, Chong lets Dorji take Zopa, and he heads over to Halen.
Halen is sulking in a corner. He is sort of lightly plucking at a guitar, just sort of noodling around, trying to drown his feelings and writing a sad jam.
So I think Chong, he sees Halen doing this, and I think Chong, I think he goes against a wall and slides down to sit next to Halen and goes, "Hey,
Hey,
writing anything good there?"
wouldn't you want to know?
It's kind of why I asked, but you're right. You're right. Not what I came to talk. Chong, I think, takes a moment to examine Halen's face. How is it looking?
Well, it's been a few days. What does a bruise after a slap look like after 3 days?
I mean, he got hit with a gun, so
Yeah.
he got hit pretty hard. It would be like 3 days. It would be like starting to get kind of yellow around the edges.
Yeah, it's looking kind of gross.
It would look bad.
Like it's a bruise. It doesn't look pretty.
I think Chong winces when he sees that, and he says, I see your face is healing.
Yeah, thanks to your friend.
Quick question: did Sabi no, Sabi did apologize to Chong. And sorry, took me a moment to remember that. Chong says, in her defense, she did apologize, at least to me, about what happened to you. Wow, she really should apologize to you. But at the same time, though, it was a really weird day. We're almost to Bossing Say, and I don't know what we're gonna find there, but I do hope it's gonna be safe. I think it will. And there's I think a village or two that's about to have a festival anyway, so it's really nice traveling wise. Saved a couple days walking.
Halen puts down his guitar and sort of turns away from you. Thanks for protecting the family. I might not like what you're doing right now, but at least you still stuck your neck out for us, so thanks.
Anytime. I I have to admit, this experience and a bunch of others I've had before this, they've taught me a couple of things about myself. And one thing I seem to really be good at is being a glutton for punishment. And no offense, Halen, I think you or the family could do almost about anything, and I'd be ready to forgive you. I could probably say the same about my friends, too. I should check if one of them has makeup for your face. I bet we could, little of a. They got like the beige stuff, like a cream. I don't really know how it works, but it's like sorcery almost.
Why don't you ask your fire friend with the cool hair? She probably knows something about that.
Her hair is cool, isn't it?
I've never seen anything like it. Did you see how Dorji was like fawning over it the other day?
Oh my gosh, right. She was so excited. Asking her questions on like how she got it that way. It was really cute.
I know it was a piece of shit the other day. Thanks for forgiving me. I don't deserve it.
Chong puts his arms out for a hug.
Halen accepts it. It's not like a full-on bear hug. It's more of like a side hug.
Oh, it's a proper guy hug.
Like a bro hug.
Yeah!
But yeah, it gives you a sort of an awkward side hug. Enough to show you that he forgives you too.
I think when they pull away, Chong says,
I really want a relationship with you, Halen, and with the rest of the family. I don't expect you to, I'm looking for the right word. Words are hard. I don't expect you to, be cool with this whole deal. And John gestures to his airbender outfit. And, to me and everything, just after a couple of days. But, I want to do my best by you guys. And I want you in my life. Let's work together on that.
Maybe next time we come to Republic City, you can show us your monk town.
Chong winces and he goes,
or there's lots of cool sights and things, but yeah, you guys totally gotta come to Republic City. There are like so many festivals. Let me tell you about this one.
And I think it'd be nice to pull away from the scene where Chong tells Halen about the festivals.
Yeah. We sort of zoom out and Chong is waving his arms, explaining like some like big fucking blimp of various people that sailed down the main street or whatever.
Yes, and I think in the meantime, Zopa's trying to run away from Dorji.
Dorji's not like a child. She's like a teenager, but she still doesn't really know how to handle a cat. So she's like shaking her back and forth and watching her dangle. You guys can see from your windows the walls of Ba Sing Se are getting closer. The train goes right through the first wall, and you are riding through the lower ring. You can see the lower ring out your windows. Sabi, it is just like you remember.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 years.
It is a garbage fest down there. Overcrowded, underfunded, and no one cares about the people who are there. You sail right through that lower ring. Your train goes past the ruins of the wall that once separated the lower and middle rings. It has not been repaired. You remember when that wall went down. The wall never got repaired, but the stratification of the rings remained. You go right through the middle ring. Looks like your standard middle-class living area, better funded area. You can see there's definitely some government funding being put into these streets. You go right through that middle ring, and around the upper ring, well, there are walls there still, because guess what they decided to put funding into building? after the walls were torn down, repairing the walls between the middle and upper ring. You go right through that wall, and the train is essentially... So the way that Ba Sing Se is set up, it's the 3 rings, and the train line goes right through the entire city. So it goes through the lower, through the middle, through the upper, and then back around again, and sort of makes like a right angle in the upper ring. So yeah, the train takes you pretty much like a block away from the palace. The 3 of you get up, get out of the train, walk towards the palace. It's the Palace of the Earth King. What do you expect? It is extravagant. There is a lot of money put into maintaining this palace. No matter how much money is being, given to help other people in the Earth Kingdom, or used to fund public projects, or used to fund the military, or anything, a lot of the money is going to this fucking palace. You walk right on in. A servant escorts you all in. They notice Asami and take all of you into a room that you assume was once the throne room, but isn't really being used as a throne room right now. And just as you walk through the door, a little twink voice shouts, "Asami!" And a twink runs and attacks Asami and, glomps her.
I think Sami has a look of, very, very barely concealed disgust this entire time that we've been walking to the palace and up until now.
You have all watched the king glomp your boss.
Yeah, I recognize the king, surely. I've never met him before, but I would know his face.
Yeah.
Hanako doesn't know what to do with this. A pleasure to meet you, Your Highness. And Hanako gives a bow.
The person who you are all assuming is King Wu detaches himself from Asami and says, "Oh, you brought guests. Pleasure to meet you too." And he gives a very dramatic arm spinning bow.
Chong is very confused how to greet the king, so I think at first when he sees Asami getting a hug, puts his hands out.
Can Hanako hit Chong?
Yes, do it.
She gives Chong a smack in the back of the head and says, "Be polite."
I think Chong whispers back, "Are hugs not polite?"
Well, Wu turns to you and says, "Oh, you're a hugger too!" And he runs up and gives you a hug.
Sabi is standing there with her arms crossed.
Hanako looks forlornly at Sabi.
He's enjoying the hug, completely unaware of your two's reaction. Pleasure to meet you, Your Highness! What a great hugger you are!
Oh, please. I'm barely Your Highness anymore. I'm trying to do the right thing and make democracy part of the Earth Kingdom.
Cool, bro. What do you like to be called then?
King Wu is fine.
Chong, I think you could see dots going in Chong's head. He's just thinking about that and goes, okay, cool.
So normally in this system, you don't just roll with stats. That's not really a thing you do, but we've had this kind of running joke / thing of Sabi rolling against restraint because she's really off balance, and I'm gonna do that periodically, and that'll determine whether or not I say or do various things.
Okay, so you want to roll...
I'm gonna roll with restraint now. That's a 7 minus 3.
Okay, that's a 4. What are you about to say to the king?
You see Sabi kind of crosses her arms a little tighter and sort of half mutters put a lot of money into repairing the walls.
I did. I wanted to restore my home city. Wouldn't you say that's a good idea?
You're not the only person whose home this is. You do realize that, right, Your Highness?
Exactly. I had to repair the walls to restore order in Ba Sing Se.
You... Oh my god,
So-
that's another 4.
Oh no. Hanako starts to move to intercept the conversation, but I think you cut her off.
You wanted to restore order by sealing yourself off from the people that live in the lower rings.
No, I wanted to restore order by making there not be an eyesore of a broken wall in the middle of my courtyard.
You see Sabi her eye kind of twitches at this.
Wu doesn't really notice this, and he's like, I think we have a meeting to start.
Right, yes, of course, Your Highness. And Hanako gives Sabi a look.
I think this is enough to kind of pull her back, and she like shuts her mouth at this point.
Miss Sato, why don't you begin the proceedings?
So everybody comes around a table that's been set up in the middle of this throne room, and Asami spreads out her blueprints. Wu is joined by a man with very pointy-looking eyebrows, who you take to be his bodyguard, since he was at the door a little earlier.
So I know, out of character, I know who this is.
Yes, you know who this is.
I know his deal. Is there anything about him that like suggests he's been in the Republic City police force? Like, is there anything that would stand out to Sabi?
I
Like,
mean,
is he
Sabi
still
didn't
wearing
really,
the uniform? She doesn't know him, I don't think.
I mean, he's not still wearing the Republic City uniform because he is King Wu's permanent bodyguard / boyfriend.
Does he have like the look of like a fucking former cop or something?
He still wears cop shoes.
Oh my god, he wears the same shoes that the cops wear.
Even though he can't metal bend and doesn't need the metal bending cop shoes, he was given them as part of his uniform, and he decided to never take them off.
Okay.
Because it makes him feel powerful.
Is that something that Sabi notices?
Yeah, I think Sabi does notice that someone at this table is wearing the same shoes that Fuzhou wears.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna store that information in the back of my brain.
So yeah, Asami starts this whole, discussion of exchange of goods from Ba Sing Se across the Earth Kingdom. The king is sitting there and nodding. It doesn't seem super relevant for you all to be here, because really, King Wu seems to be completely on board. This is more of a rebriefing kind of meeting. At some point, after talking with King Wu and King Wu's bodyguard, who you sense to be a good friend of Asami's, she turns to you, Sabi, and says, "You're from Ba Sing Se too, aren't you?"
Yeah, I grew up in the lower ring, in one of the world-famous Ba Sing Se orphanages.
You see King Wu make a face. "Oh, that was one of the pet projects of my aunt, wasn't it? Oh, I should really change that. I should put some money into fixing those things."
You see Sabi kind of like relax a little bit when he says this and look at King Wu. Yeah, Your Highness, you absolutely should.
I just got the best idea on how to fix these things. You know cat cafes?
I'm sorry?
You see Sabi's face like darken.
Do they feature cabins?
Oh. No, I mean cat cafes. Cats that aren't mixed with other animals. They exist here in the Upper Ring. Did you know that my predecessor's predecessor had a bear, just a bear, not a platypus bear, not a rhino bear, a bear bear? They have cats around here. Like a cat cafe where you get to pet the cats and then you can take one home. What if it was like that, but with babies? The Ba Sing Se Baby Cafe!
I'm rolling with restraint.
You are rolling with restraint.
Oh, that's not great. That's a 5 minus 3. That's a 2. You see Sabi kind of like get up and like sort of walk forward towards King Wu, and like she sort of like just sort of pats the chairs that are next to his, and then gets up to him and looks down at him for a second. Is he gonna like do anything? Is he just sitting there looking stupid?
He turns to you and grins the stupidest grin because he thought he's had the millionaire idea of a lifetime.
Sabi lifts up her right arm and just punches him in the face.
Hanako stands.
Asami immediately stands up and pulls your shoulders back. Sabi, what has gotten into you?
You absolute piece of shit. Do you have any idea what those places were like?
Wu he's holding his hand on his face and he's looking at you with like puppy dog. What? This is like, what's going on?
No, of course you didn't, because you grew up rich.
I believe we should have a word outside, me and my associate. King Wu, if you will pardon us.
Asami turns to Wu and is like, "Are you okay? Nothing's bleeding? All right, I need to speak with my employee." And so Hanako, while you usher Sabi outside, Asami is also going to go outside.
Gotcha. Chong's gonna stay in the room with King Wu, and I think he only realizes once everyone's left that he did not leave with everyone else. That he was supposed to leave with everyone else, so now he's stuck with King Wu. So Chong goes, so that happened. While they're out there doing their thing, you wanna, like, play some checkers?
King Wu's eyes light up. I would love to play some checkers.
Oh my god!
And he opens up the table and there's like all sorts of games inside.
That's the object permanence of a fucking dog.
Okay, so switching to outside, Asami goes up to you, Sabi. I don't know what has gotten into you, but this needs to stop.
Were you listening to what he said? We're like animals to him. We can just be put in a cafe and treated like pets.
The king is an idiot. We all know this. This is common knowledge in the Earth Kingdom where you come from. You have to treat him like a child sometimes, but that does not mean you can punch him.
You see Sabi like gritting her teeth. Maybe if somebody had been willing to punch him before, he wouldn't be suggesting that we take orphans and put them in a fucking cafe for rich people to go pick the best one out.
Sabi, if I may.
You see Sabi like shaking as she's saying this, but she looks at you and nods.
While your point is taken, if you'll pardon my saying so, Miss Sato, I know you. You understand that there are better ways than this to handle things sometimes. Yes, the king is an idiot. And yes, maybe he deserved that. But if you want the king to do what you want him to, perhaps there is another angle you can approach this from that will be more effective in terms of getting funding routed where you want it to. Do you take my meaning?
You see Sabi like straining not to say anything. I'm assuming you're calling me out.
I'd like
now.
to call you out.
Okay, you're my lodestar. Mechanically, that's a either.
Oh, hey,
basically...
look, I rolled a 12. That's so crazy.
Oh, that's funny. I'm going to both take a condition and heed your advice.
Oh, okay.
Because Sabi is angry right now. You see Sabi like visibly shaking and sort of wringing her hands together. She's not sure what to say, and then she kind of like her shoulders sort of deflate. I know there's a better way to approach this than punching him in the face. Just this town was a bad place to grow up, and it doesn't look like it's gotten much better. What do you need me to do? And this is directed at Hanako. This is like Sabi is looking at Hanako when she says this, not at Asami.
Hanako, without giving a beat for Asami to answer, says, I need you to go back in there and show King Wu what you know that he doesn't, just like you showed me.
Okay. I can do that.
And Asami, before you go inside, grabs you and says, listen, you're not needed for this meeting. Take the day off. I will talk to you back on the train.
Sabi kind of like nods to that. Okay, I'm going to go apologize to that piece of shit sitting on the throne, and then I'll take the rest of the day to myself.
She nods at you, and all three of you walk back in to see Chong and Wu playing a rousing game of checkers.
Sabi kind of like clears her throat. Your Majesty, I have something I need to say to you.
He looks up at you with equally confused puppy dog eyes.
Your Majesty, I want to apologize for my inappropriate behavior earlier and beg your forgiveness.
Well, that slap wasn't very nice, but you don't have to beg.
And then you see Sabi kind of like shift her demeanor and stop sounding so like stilted. King Wu, when when you get a chance, I think you should go visit the Queen Hu Ting Royal Orphanage in the lower ring. I think you should do it without telling them that you're coming, and I think you should do it incognito, and I think that you should pay attention to what you see there, because all of this, and she kind of like looks around, gesturing with her head, your people don't live like this. And if you want to keep the peace here, you need to see how they actually live their lives.
Wu thinks for a moment and then says, Mako, put it on my list. And Mako says, I'm not your secretary.
Yeah, I think Sabi's probably gonna like head outside at this point.
I have a question. I don't think Hanako has directly informed Asami of her relationship with Sabi, but does Asami have good gaydar?
I mean, she herself is gay, so I would say yes. I would say definitely.
Hanako clears her throat for a second and says, as Sabi leaves, and says, Misato, will me and Chong's presence continue to be required at this meeting? It seems like you have it handled pretty thoroughly.
And Asami turns to you and says, No, this is more of a follow-up on some stuff we've already spoken about. There's really no political deals you have to deal with. Go explore the city.
I trust you to uphold the interests of the United Republic. And she gives a small bow.
Chong, are you upset that your game of checkers is being cut short?
What Chong does when he says it's time to go, I think he gives Hanako big sad puppy dog eyes. Like, because he's winning. And
Chong beats King Wu in checkers every day of the week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think the look Hanako gives him of, yes, your game is done, has Chong sigh and go, yeah, I'll go. And Chong looks over to King Wu and goes, hey King, gotta go, but we'll pick up on this later, okay?
The king waves at you. a very cute, see you later, Chong kind of wave.
Chong waves back.
All right. Yeah, I hassle Chong out of the throne room, and we get going. Moment of Balance will return after these messages.
We interrupt your regular programming to bring you this breaking news. Our sources at the Ba Sing Se news desk have reported a disturbing development in the Earth Kingdom. The terrorists responsible for the recent attack on Kyoshi Island's diplomatic retreat have escaped from Earth Army custody. Details are still coming in, but sources suggest that former Earth Army Major Adenia Adler and former Colonel Taofong Moran escaped while in transit to a permanent holding facility. We're still verifying details, but a source inside the United Republic is reportedly calling this a major failure of the Earth Kingdom military's ability to protect their nation. Stay tuned for more as this story develops. We now return to your scheduled programming.
Welcome to a world of adventure, where Pokemon run the show. Omens of Ruin tells a story in the universe of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon filled with fun characters.
I have a friend who's stuck and can't get over the tree trunk. Would you be able to help us?
Is your friend made of honey?
Mal, are you made of honey?
Scary monsters.
Leave us alone! Ah.
And many mysteries to get to the bottom of. They might be your new, guildmates. They might not. Who knows?
Do you know?
Do it. Well, I gotta go.
Hey.
Oh, man.
And, of course, the dice. You better hope I don't crit.
I am praying.
I crit.
God!
I'm sorry.
Check out this Explorers of Fate adventure in Omens of Ruin, wherever you find your podcasts.
Soma, I'm here. I've got snacks. Oh, stop it, Zopa.
Chong, you're here. Why is Zopa acting all crazy?
She just wants what's in the bag, which she can't have because fudge is not for cabins.
Ooh, fudge.
Yeah, I got us some fudge from Cali Sweets, and I got it for a great discount too. 10% off with coupon code Bard Rock Cafe.
I was gonna say, I didn't know you had money for snacks.
Hey, I make enough money busking. Zopa helps me bring in a lot when she's not trying to poison herself with my snacks.
Okay, if Zopa wants it so bad, it's gotta be good. Let me try some. Ooh, that's good. What is this?
It's a mint chocolate chip fudge. They have all sorts of crazy flavors too. Snickerdoodle, cotton candy, caramel apple, and of course your classic chocolate. And if you're sick of fudge, they have fancy popcorn too.
Popcorn, eh? Is this gonna be your excuse to take me to a mover?
You want to go see a mover?
Well, if you're asking.
Oh, I wasn't, but that sounds fun. Just a couple of friends out to the movers.
Right. Give me some more of that fudge.
Of course. Available at calisweets.com/bardrockcafe.
What?
Nothing.
And now, back to Moment of Balance.
As you're coming out, yeah, Sabi's like leaning up against the wall, looking just like absolutely disheveled, and kind of like glances over at Chong as you're coming out. Were you playing checkers with the king?
Oh, I wasn't playing checkers. I was throttling him at checkers.
I think the Cabot would make a better ruler of the city than he does.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Hanako says Queen Zopa and gives her a pat.
Zopa makes a happy.
Hanako gives Sabi a look and says, how are you feeling after that?
Not great. I'm sorry I punched him, but also he really deserved it.
It's all right. I agree. You did a good job in it.
I really didn't, but I love you for saying that I did.
You made a good recovery, and Hanako pats you on the back.
We are unexpectedly free for the rest of the day. Do you two want to go see how the rest of Ba Sing Se lives?
That was the plan.
All right. So are we going to head down to the lower ring?
I think we're going to go to the tailor shop.
So you guys are going to take the train, the earthbending train, down to the lower ring. Lower ring looks just like it did when you passed through it. There is no sanitation committee here. It is filthy. You guys pass all sorts of dilapidated buildings, all sorts of empty lots that have just been taken over by homeless people that can't afford. Honestly, I imagine Ba Sing Se housing is not cheap.
Yeah, probably not. Not the nice housing. And it's a city that just had like a bunch of shit happen that would have destroyed some of the housing too. It's like LA after the fires where all the fucking landlords were price gouging.
Ugh, God. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know at all how to like represent this in any way aside from just talking about it a little bit, right? But I think that as we're walking through all of this, there's sort of a look on conflict on Hanako's face, because, like, in her past, right, this wouldn't have been a thing that she would have experienced often in terms of a type of person that she sees, right? And even when she did see them, it always would have been the voice of her mother in her ear going, "Oh, these filth," right? And so I think that there's a moment when she crosses into this where she has to confront for the first time that somebody she knows lived like this. I don't think it really ever crossed her mind until just now.
So you're walking through the lower ring, and you make your way to the address that Bame gave you. Now, this tailor shop, it's actually very close to the middle ring. It's like sort of on the edge of the lower ring, near the middle ring, to the point where if someone from the middle ring wanted to walk through the wall, they could walk through to this tailor shop.
Okay. What does it look like? Is it like really run down? Is it well appointed? Is it damaged externally?
It's not damaged at all.
It's closed, I assume.
It is closed. There is a closed sign. It's locked. There's a light on inside.
It's interesting. Is there like a back way in, like an alley or something like that goes around back?
I don't think so.
Only one entrance?
There's only one entrance.
Okay, so we're walking up to that. Sabi kind of like stops and puts out a hand and like sort of elbows Chong. Hey, can you do that thingy you do with the airbending to see if you can hear anyone inside there? I see a light.
Chong's, you see like recognition go over Chong's face. You're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll give that a shot. That is a 10.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be using Grapevine to bring a sound to us. In this case, whatever's going on inside the shop to us.
So, you wheedle your air underneath the door and start sucking in air from inside, and you can hear a radio.
Got you. Okay, I hear a radio. It's just playing music, and I think I hear someone humming.
You see Sabi kind of like sigh. Well, no time like the present. And she walks up to the door and like it's a metal latch.
Yeah.
She just kind of like flicks her wrist and opens the latch. Doesn't draw her weapons, very pointedly, not drawing her guns. And just like opens the door.
You open the door to see a man, looks to be in his like mid-40s, tall. He's got slightly longer hair that he's pulled back into a ponytail, and he is pinning pins into a dress form. He looks at you and says, "Oh, I thought I remembered to close the door. We're closed. I'm so sorry. Come back and looks at his calendar. A month from now?"
You did not forget to close the door. Are you Fong by any chance?
It's pronounced Fang, but yes, hi, welcome to my tailor shop. Once again, we are closed right now. Please come back when we are open.
Your sister is concerned about your health.
He drops his stuff that he's working on. You know Bame?
Yes, extremely well. I'm sorry. Are you how long have you been in here with your shop closed?
My shop's been closed for about 3 months. Did you see the sign on the door? It says that we're coming back once the cold season starts.
Sabi's like kind of like looking at Chong and Hanako and like looking around. Is there anything unusual about the room? Like it's just a tailor shop?
It is just a tailor shop.
Okay, refresh my recollection. What did Bame say he thought the letters are going to Bame, right?
Yes.
And he'd been sending money.
Yes.
Yeah, he was sending money to Bame that the Triad was intercepting and then taking, and Bame was just letting it happen.
He didn't know that the Triad was
He does not know about the Triad.
Okay, cool. Your letters to your sister just kind of stopped 3 months ago. Sabi like kind of reaches back and closes the door to the shop. Can I talk to you for a minute? Because this is very unusual.
He looks concerned. What do you mean my letters to my sister stopped 3 months ago? I still send her a letter every month. Just because the money's not coming doesn't mean that I don't want to talk to her.
When's the last time you sent her a letter?
The other week.
Sabi's kind of like narrowing her eyes and thinking. Did you ever get any response to her letters?
She doesn't respond every time. Usually her responses are fairly generic, but yes, she sends me letters back.
Your sister sent me to find you because she's worried about you because you haven't, according to her, been sending anything out, and she was worried that you might have been hurt. You're fine?
I'm fine. She should have gotten the letter I sent 3 months ago saying that I'm taking a little break from my shop. I've saved up enough money to take a bit of a vacation and work on my own work. I wouldn't have thought that she would. Then again, I never did get a response back about the vacation. Honestly, I just assumed she was too busy in Republic City.
She's definitely busy in Republic City. Do you have her last letter back to you by any chance?
He runs to a back room and grabs something out of a drawer and hands it to you, and you read it. It's very, very generic.
So were they passing the contents of letters and she was writing back?
They were not passing her the contents of the letter. She was
just writing generic shit.
She was just
That's
writing
right.
generic shit to
That's
make him
right.
not think that she has been paying off someone to protect him.
Okay. So like what's like the date relative to now for this last letter?
Seems like it was about 2 months ago.
Okay. This is gonna sound strange, but have you noticed anything unusual in the last couple of months? Anything happening around your shop? Any people watching your shop that look suspicious?
Not that I can think of.
And you were sending money back to Bame from your business?
Yes.
And you stopped because your business, you're taking a break, or?
Yes, I'm taking a little break. I don't have income. I was sending her a third of my income, but I'm not having any income right now. And I mean, based on her letters she sent me, it seems like she's pretty well established. She's
not wanting for anything. Can you excuse me a second? I want to discuss something with my associates for just a second. Sabi kind of like sort of motions for Chong and Hanako to kind of like huddle in and like moves far enough away. And this is not a big shop, I'm assuming, just far enough away that like he couldn't hear us whispering. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I thought something horrible would have happened to him and he's just kind of fine. Do I tell him about the triad and what's been happening with his money?
Hanako thinks for a second and says, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's Bame's secret to share. Though, with that said, I do think we need to give him something so that he does not start looking into whatever this visit was about. If he's the wrong kind of curious, it could just wind up getting him in more trouble than if we told him everything.
Oh, you're right. Sabi kind of like stands up and turns back to Fang.
Actually,
yeah.
Sabi, did you lock the door behind you?
Sabi closed it but did not lock it.
So while you guys are huddling, Chong, I want to say you're closest to the door right now. While you guys are having your little huddle and your little talk, the door opens and 2 men in suits come in. Fang looks up from his work again. Oh, I am so sorry. We are closed. I can't believe I keep forgetting to lock the door. I'm so sorry. We're closed. You can come back in a month. I will be able to help you then. One of the men says, we're from the Lower Ring Workers Guild, and you owe us some money.
Hanako and Chong, you see Sabi like tense up. Do I recognize either of these two specifically?
No, you don't.
Okay, cool.
Hanako's going to take a bending stance and say, we're in the middle of conducting business. You'll have to come back another time.
If you're in the middle of conducting business, why isn't this man paid us in 3 months? And then he turns to his partner and says, go on, get him. And the other man shoots forward on a rocket of earthbending stuff, grabs Fang, and runs out.
Hanako, said Hanako was already in a bending stance. The moment that they move, I want to, Hanako's going to start shooting fire at them. Like, this is going to be a fight.
Sabi didn't have her weapons drawn, but was kind of, like, on edge here. What's the floor here? Is it, like, wood with dirt underneath it?
Yes. Yeah, okay. It's the first floor.
Sabi's gonna try to, like, very quickly just kind of, like, trip this guy. Like, bump up the earth to knock him off his feet before he can grab this guy.
Roll to rely on your skills and training.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wait, actually, no. That's a 4 plus 3. That's a 7. That's barely a success.
All right, that's enough of a success that instead of chase mechanic, we're going to do regular
combat.
We're
fighting. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Very, very cool.
All right. So, yeah.
Chong's taking out his moves.
All right.
This will only go well. Are they a mob or are they individual people?
They are they're a group.
Okay, cool.
They are labeled as Shun's Goons.
I know my approach.
Hanako will be defending and maneuvering.
Sabi will be advancing and attacking.
Shun's Goons will be advancing and attacking.
Cool.
Defend, maneuver.
Excellent.
All right, defend and maneuver. Let's roll.
Do you mind if I have Hanako roll first?
We'll go right ahead. I have to remind myself of my move.
You're both defending and maneuvering?
Mm-hmm. Hanako.
Oh no.
Hanako. That's a 5.
Did me and Sabi take all the good rolls?
Oh. Nah, it's not fantastic.
But on a miss, I can shift my balance away from center to use one basic technique. I think I'll be doing that. And I will seize a position. I want to move to a new location, which is to say in the doorframe, so that they cannot get out without going through me.
Chong, you were also defending maneuver?
Yes, I need the roll. Oh, thank goodness for the focus. That's a 10. Yes, so Chong obviously is going to prep air swipe. His favorite move that he has not used.
Of course.
Yeah! The Chong's
Chong's with Hanukkah out of the way, Chong's gonna stand there, and you see like two he's just waiting, like for these guys to move or something.
All right, time for advance and attack.
Advance and attack. That's 6 plus 3. That's 9. So Sabi closes the distance to the closest of the guys. As she's sort of getting in close to them, she pulls out a gun with her left hand, but doesn't hold it like she's gonna shoot with it. Instead, she kind of comes in close to the guy and puts it up against his chest and sticks her leg out and twists to trip him over. Mechanically, I want it to be pressure. She's gonna keep them from doing advance and attack in their next exchange. So she's taking one of these guys and kind of throwing him down to the ground. It doesn't quite have the force required to do damage, but it's gonna prevent them from attacking the next turn, and also if you feel so compelled to give them a status because of it. But there is one guy that's still standing, so.
Okay, so I'm doing advance and attack as well. The two goons are going to use Overwhelm. So as you wrestle him to the ground, he also tears you to the ground.
Okay.
And also, can I use airstrike to block both attacks from them? Because I prepared 2 of them.
I think you can block yourself and Hanako, but you can't block Sabi, because Sabi is too close up. So yeah, what's gonna happen after Sabi gets yanked to the ground, this other guy, the guy who was telling the guy to grab Fang, he takes a bunch of earth, like a bunch of stones out of his pockets and bends them in the direction of Chong and Hanako. And Chong, you're going to use your 2 air swipes to swipe them away. Now you get another move. The Earthbender. Well, you don't know if the other guy's an Earthbender or not, but the one who you know is an Earthbender is using Smash, and he's going to basically do what Sabi was trying to do with the other guy, and is destabilizing the floor to knock you over, Hanako. Yeah, let's say you get knocked over and you knock your head.
Cool.
All right, you guys want to say anything in between?
I'll mark my fatigue to get rid of impaired, so that I don't end up taking the penalty for it. Yeah, Hanako's going to replant herself in front of the door and say, "There's no way out. We can talk about this."
Who the fuck are you guys?
You idiots! I know Shun! What the hell are you doing here?
This man owes Shun 3 months of money.
What do you mean he owes him 3 months of money? What was he paying you for?
What do you think he was paying us for? What else are we known for? Protection.
This feels more like extortion to me. Take us to talk to Shun. He knows me.
Not a chance in hell. And he turns to the guy who's on the floor. Grab him and go. And Fang, this whole time, is looking extremely confused because he has never given these people money in his life.
Right. Yeah, no, this is great. This is fantastic. All right, roll, I guess. For
Defend and maneuver.
That's focus. That's all right. 8 plus 3, that is an 11. So Sabi is still on the ground with this guy, and she reaches out and with the pistol that she has in her hand, she swings out and strikes the side of this guy's head hard enough to shift him out of the way, and then rolls up onto her knees, draws her other gun, and fires a shot into the shoulder of the other guy standing there. I'm using disarm. I don't want them doing that overwhelm thing anymore. Now they can't.
The guy closest to you scrambles up. He is grabbing Fang, running to where the other guy is. And the two of them, they're going to do shield wall, which the group together forms a barricade. So they are now in the center of the shop. They have Fang behind them, and the Earthbender has bent up basically 2 shields for them to block themselves in with.
I would like to point out that if anyone who has less fatigue than me wants to spend a fatigue to block the Caesar position, they can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Keep in mind, Hanako, you are furthest from this action because you are by the door and Fang was far into the shop. So Caesar's position is happening on the other side of the shop.
True. Is there any way that Chong, who's like at a long range and currently working to it, Chong, who is a long-range fighter and also advancing and attacking, is there any way that he could handle that?
Can I spend a fatigue? And I think what Chong's going to do is Chong's going to kind of do an uppercut, and a wall of air comes up, like from the floor to the ceiling, and makes a barrier between Fang and the goon, so he can't grab Fang.
Then, if he doesn't grab Fang, he still scrambles over to his. He's still scrambled over to his partner, who is building up this earth wall, these earth shields. So Fang is now alone and closest to Sabi. Advance and attack, bitches.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, 10 again. Hell yeah, let's go. I feel bad now because originally I was gonna we're gonna ignore Fang, so this is either going to work great or terribly. I'd like Chomp to use Cannonball. So Cannonball is an advanced and attack mastered move where I rush forward with the might of the wind and crash into a foe. I become engaged with them, and I can inflict a condition on them. So I would like to have Chong crash into this shield that this earthbender made and destroy it with the might of the wind. In my second move, I would like to use pressure, where I impress or intimidate a foe. I think I would like to prevent defended maneuver, with the idea being that now that they see that Chong can destroy their defenses so easily, that's not going to work. And I think when Chong blasts their shield down, he says to them "Hey, maybe we should listen to the lady there. She seems to know what she's doing."
So in breaking the shield wall, that cancels out the condition. The group becomes favored and ignores the first 2 fatigue and 1 condition. It would mark this exchange. So it is ignoring this condition. But the shield wall is now broken.
Excellent. All right, evade and observe. Hanako, baby, why are we like this today?
You wasted all your good luck on that first 12.
Yeah.
I wasted my good luck on Chong Sr.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will still clear 1 fatigue from evading and observing. I got a 6, just for the record. I'm going to go up to +3 unity.
Hell yeah.
And I want to bolster or hinder, so that, in the next exchange, Fang can get further away from the goons, and they'll have a harder time getting to him. So I guess that would be, hindering? So here's what I think Hanako does. She's got, the way that Wall of Perfection is flavored for her, right, is that she just sort of lets the fire spread such that it creates a wall around her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think how we see her do this is she lights a fire on the floor next to her, and we haven't seen her bend in a little bit, and I think her bending is starting to take on more of a water-bending kind of style. We see a line of fire start to spread from near her feet, and she's, moving her arms in very particularly the way that that waterbenders move their arms in Season 1, where they use, both of their arms to guide the water as it moves, right?
Yeah.
Hanako's doing that, and she's guiding this line of fire around sort of the opposite side from where Chong is, around the goons, and then between them and Fang, and there's just, a wall of fire between them and Fang now. And I want to give them the impaired condition with that.
Okay.
I think there is a brief moment when you start lighting the place on fire. Chong goes, "Oh, okay, we're doing this. Okay,
Fang sees the fire and screams.
I'm closest to him, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to open up a hole in the wall that we're close to, Fang and I.
Okay.
Rely on skills and training.
Skills and training.
Right, fuck yeah. Oh, that's not fantastic. That's a 3 plus... That's a 3 plus 3 is 6. I don't think there's anything I could do about that.
You start to try and tear a hole in his walls, and he sees it, and he grabs your arms and stops you.
Oh, Fang stops me. Okay.
What are you doing?
We need to get you the hell out of here.
You're not destroying my shop.
Sabi kind of like shakes his arm off. What are the two dudes like? What are they wearing? Are they wearing hats?
You were in this triad. You tell me what they wear.
Yeah, I think they wear like a little stupid looking fucking like gangster hat from the fucking 30s.
Yeah.
Sabi is going to aim at one of these guys' hats and try to shoot it off, like without hurting him.
Don't rely on your skills and training. Push your luck.
Seriously? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Roll with passion. Oh, wow. That's a 6.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You were aiming at his head?
Yes.
Oh, Sabi, no.
I was aiming at his hat.
You shoot him in the fucking head.
Okay. I think I was saving this to use strategically, but I think it just has happened at this point.
Oh, no.
I think this pushes Sabi off balance.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
did you do this?
So as soon as Sabi sees that she's hit this guy in the head, she immediately follows up, aims at the other guy, and in the middle of the head and pulls the trigger. And we discussed this before.
Yep.
It just hits.
Yep. Yep.
Hanako's eyes go wide, but the moment that the body hits the ground, the fire is out.
So yeah, Sabi has just gone off balance. She as soon as this happens, what's the reaction of everyone first?
Hanako's gauging. Hanako's gauging reactions. She waits and looks at everyone to see how this is gonna shake out.
I think Chong's just like mouth agape, like, what is happening? Place is on fire. Sabi's doing weird stuff.
Hanako put the fire.
Oh yeah,
immediately
but it was
once the
still
combat
on
was over.
fire. So Chong's just like, what is happening?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so Chong's like also gonna stand back, waiting. His in a bending pose though, like he's prepped to go, like for anything. But he's also like looking at his back and forth between everyone, like, what is happening right now?
Fang is trembling. He is shaking. He's leaning against his dress form to keep himself from falling over, looking at the mess that is his shop. There is a scorched wall. Luckily, none of his work was scorched, but right by that scorched wall are two fucking corpses with their brains falling out, and he passes out.
So you can see Sabi like visibly shaking. She holsters the guns and immediately goes to like earthbend the back wall open. And then she reaches down and like grabs him. We need to get out of here now. We need to get him to safety.
I think Chong pukes.
Yeah, that tracks.
Hanako is measuring. Hanako is looking between Chong and Sabi and measuring. Sabi, get him somewhere safe. We'll meet back up with you soon.
Alright, so Sabi is gonna like... What's out behind this shop?
It's an alley that is fairly close to the middle ring wall.
Okay, so Sabi is going to like kind of get this guy out of there and then bend the wall closed behind them. I'm guessing because she's not an amazing earthbender, it probably looks a little
bit
janky.
Shit.
Yeah. It's closed up, but it looks like someone did a bad job repairing it.
Yeah.
Hanako, once Sabi is out, is going to walk over, put her arm around Chong, and start guiding him out the front door.
I think after Chong had his moment of like looking around then puking, I think Chong like lets you guide him, and I think his face has drain of color, and he is silent.
So is this okay? I'm very familiar with this city. What is like the best place to take this guy that will be like not super near Shun's people and like not super conspicuous?
I mean, you're gonna want to get out of the lower ring.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. And like, carry this guy like, kind of doing the like, don't worry, he's drunk, don't worry about it thing.
At this time of day, that the sun's close to going down, so it's, appropriate for someone to be a little tipsy.
Okay, so I think Sabi's gonna like get him maybe like a couple blocks away and like step into a side alley, and she just kind of like sets him down for a second and then just keels over and throws up.
Hanako, after guiding Chong out of the building, takes a deep breath and closes her eyes and is very thankful that she just received meditation training this morning. Chong, are you with me?
Did it again, Hanako.
I know.
She said she wouldn't. And I trusted her to. And I think you start to see big tears start to well up in Chong's eyes.
Hanako hugs you immediately. And I think that this is very strange for you, because this is not something that you've ever known Hanako to do. She's not a physically affectionate person.
I think at first Chong is surprised that you're hugging him, that he even stops crying for a minute. And then the shock subsides and he hugs you back. Like hard.
We sit there for a minute, I think.
Good long hug minute.
Then Hanako takes another deep breath, and she says, there are a lot of things that we need to discuss. All of us. Me and you, me and her, possibly her and you. But, right now, there are things that we need to handle. And I think chief among them, between the two of us, is getting you into a place that is safe. If you no longer want to be a part of this, I understand. Where would you like to go?
I think Chong thinks for a long moment. I think I want to be alone. I want to go back to my train car.
Do you need my help getting there?
No, I can get there on my own. I think I want some alone time if that's okay.
Of course. Take care of yourself.
You too, and stay safe. And I think Chong gives you a nod, and I think he slowly starts to make his way back to the train.
Hanako looks off in the direction of wherever Sabi has, the rough direction of where Sabi would have been going, and after Chong walks off, says, I'll do my best, and then goes to find her girlfriend.
I think, so Sabi's like just kind of in an alley in the middle ring.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fang's gonna wake up eventually, right?
Yeah, he will.
I think she's just kind of like sitting next to him when he wakes up, and they're kind of like tucked back in this alleyway.
He's still knocked out when Hanako gets to you.
Okay. I was gonna ask if he could wake up first.
Oh, you wanted to wake up
Yeah.
first? Okay. So, yeah, after you guys are sitting for a while, he startles awake, he looks around, and he starts screaming.
Sabi like goes to cover his mouth. Hey, don't do that right now.
Where are we? What's going on?
She
Who
makes
are
like a shush motion. We're in the middle ring, and you don't have any idea who those guys were, do you?
I've never seen them before in my life. What is the Lower Ring Workers Guild?
It's Triad. It's a triad that I used to be a part of, and it's a triad that you have been sending money to for a while now.
What do you mean I've been sending money to them?
Sabi makes like another like shh motion with her hand. Bame didn't tell me a lot of details, but she told me that the money that you were sending to her was getting sent to the Triad in exchange for protecting you. she made it sound like they were doing you some kind of favor or doing her some kind of favor, but they clearly aren't happy that they didn't get their money.
Protecting me? He thinks for a moment and thinks back to when he used to own a tailor shop back in Republic City. I did used to get harassed by triads a whole lot more than I did around here. I just thought Ba Sing Se was a nicer place.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Your sister wanted me to find you as a favor to her. She was worried that something bad had happened to you, and that's why the money stopped. I guess I never thought that it would end up being the other way around. Something bad is going to happen to you because the money stopped.
How did she find out if she hasn't been getting my money?
The triad had been receiving the letters, and she was sending you just letters, just generic letters, instead of actually responding to anything. I don't know what things were like between you and Bame. I don't know anything about this situation. Just I know that the Workers Guild isn't the kind of people that you want to get on the bad side of. I just didn't think that you were on their bad side. I thought Sabi just kind of trails off and slumps back against the wall of the alley.
Why wouldn't they have come sooner? Why did they wait 3 months to alert my sister? Why did they wait 3 months to attack me? I don't...
How long did Bame say that she had known about this?
She had just gotten
it. Okay. Sabi just kind of like shakes her head. Also, I think this would be a fantastic time for Hanako to show up.
I think Hanako sees the two of you talking, and instead of coming into the alley and saying anything, she just leans against the wall at the corner of the alley and sort of keeps watch for you while you, finish your conversation and recover.
Do you have somewhere that you can go? Somewhere that they don't know about?
I live above my shop. Oh God, my shop!
Yeah, do you have any friends in the city? Anyone that you trust?
I don't want to put them in danger. If I stay anywhere, who knows who could track me down? If there are way more triads in Ba Sing Se than I'm aware of, they could be everywhere.
You see Sabi kind of thinking, and then she just kind of leans back on the brickwork again and looks over at Hanako. Is Hanako close enough to hear things?
I'll say yes. She's giving you your space and trying to make it clear that she's there and that she is giving you your space. But
you see Sabi look at you, and then she mouths clearly enough that you can understand it. I don't know what to do.
At that, Hanako will, leave her post and come up to you and to Fang.
You see Sabi looks drained.
Yeah, this is a place I don't think Hanako has ever seen Sabi before, really. Hanako sighs, and she sits down near you. Look, I've got the way that I'm good at handling things, and that's keeping us moving. That's helping us figure out what to do next. But that's not what we need right now. I don't know how to begin to talk about what happened. And she turns to Feng and she says, I apologize for the fire.
He looks in your direction and says, it's okay. It didn't burn anything. I wish it was safe to go back there.
When they were busting in, did they say how long it had been since he'd paid them? Did they how long did they say?
3 months.
They said it was 3 months. Oh my god.
Hanako turns to Sabi and says, now look, how many excuses do you think you can make to our employer to get one more on the train?
She looks up at you, and she looks terrible right now.
Let me rephrase. Do you think our employer would be amenable if I made excuses to get one more person on the train?
I don't know right now. Maybe. You're good at talking. I'm sure you can figure something out, but I don't know.
Right, I'll handle it. And she turns to Feng. We have somewhere you can go. It will be a little cramped for the moment, but it's a place that will be safe. The Triads would never come looking for you there.
Is that permanent? Will I ever be able to go back?
Well, to be frank, we don't know you. Sabi, pretend you can't hear me for the moment, because this is something you're not needing to be concerned about right now.
Sabi, closes her eyes and kind of, leans back and bangs her head on the wall.
And she turns to Feng. We're going to take you to someplace safe. Then, we are going to find out what we can do about resolving this whole situation. If possible, we would love nothing more than to help you return to your shop. But, if you're amenable to it, I'm sure your sister would far prefer we send you to her than leave you here to deal with Triads on your own.
He sort of sighs, resigned. Let's go.
Sabi,
She opens her eyes again and looks at you.
do you think you can get moving?
She grits her teeth again and kind of nods curtly and then pushes herself up and straightens up as best she can.
Right, let's go. And Hanako walks up to Sabi and takes her hand and starts guiding her and Fang back to the train.
Are we going back to the train? Yeah, I guess we are.
All right, so you have...
Is Asami
yes,
here?
Asami is in her quarters.
I think
Okay. Oh, this is
I think
terrible. Hanako's gonna do something really
Sabi's gonna go back to the cabin and lock herself in.
The cabin. Her room or Hanako's?
Hanako's.
Good. Hanako's gonna take him to Sabi's
Okay.
room. And she's going to say to Fang, this room is empty. We have not been using it. There's a bit of luggage in here. I would advise you to stay well out of it. Keep quiet. I'm going to speak with our employer about your presence here.
He nods vigorously.
It's all yours. And she hands him the key that I think she has to Sabi's room that they're not using. And once he's inside the room, she's going to not go talk to Asami.
Okay.
Oh, fucking fantastic!
Oh my goodness, power move!
Oh, Fang better stay the fuck quiet.
Yeah, she's gonna go talk to Sabi now that Sabi's alone.
Yeah, Sabi's she's got her coat off and is she's got her guns are off. She looks like shit right now.
Hanako's going to step in, close the door quietly behind her, and just stay there with her hand on the doorknob for a second and say, I would like to be here for you, but if you need a moment, I can...
You see her kind of take a deep breath and look at you. I don't think having a moment to myself would be a good idea right now.
Right. You said she was laying on the bed?
I didn't specify, but yeah, she's she's sitting back on the bed. Sure, that sounds about right.
I think Hanako will walk up and just sit next to you, not touching you, just sit next to you, stare up at the ceiling.
While you guys are sitting there, you hear some footsteps down the hallway, and you hear a knock, not on your door, but on the door across the hall, aka Sabi's room. And you hear Asami say, Sabi, are you in there? I thought I heard you guys come back. I want to speak with you.
Hanako bolts up and heads to the door and opens it. Asami.
Oh, Hanako, you're back. Where is Sabi? I need to speak with her.
Hanako shuts her own door and sort of I don't know, puts her hand on her shoulder and starts walking, indicating for her to follow. Mm-hmm. And then as I get her walking away from the door, I say, yes, about that. Sabi, she's not feeling well at the moment. I think we at a stand had some bad food. What seems to be the problem?
I need to speak with her about earlier. That wasn't acceptable at all, but I feel a little guilty about it myself. I did know she grew up here. I did know that she didn't have the nicest childhood. I should have known there would have been some sort of trigger coming back here. I don't know. You did tell us at the initial meeting that you might have some difficulty doing your job in Wenhua. I wish she would have spoken up about the same thing around here.
Yes, of course. Miss Sato, I appreciate where you're coming from, and I'm sure she will too. The moment that she is feeling up to the task, I can assure you I will send her your way.
We are going to be here a couple more days. I have to deal with some repairs in the station. I have to upgrade some of the more local trains and fit them to these tracks. It's going to take a couple days. Is she going to be okay?
She'll be just fine. And Hanako smiles widely.
Oh boy.
I do need to
If
talk.
you need any help with any of the business around here, please come to me. I would be more than happy to help out in any way that I can. Me, in particular. Just me.
She eyes you a little at that and says, "Thank you, Hanako. I'm glad you're very enthusiastic about your diplomatic duties, but like I said before, there's not really any diplomacy you guys have to do. This was more of a pit stop on our way to next stop. I really do need to speak with Sabi once she's feeling better about her behavior with the king, though, because if this was anywhere else, if this was any other politician, this could have derailed our entire project."
Of course, completely unacceptable. I will ensure nothing like it ever happens again.
You keep your girlfriend in line well. I could learn a thing or two from you.
Of course. I'll speak to you again soon, Miss Sato.
She retreats into her cabin.
Hanako, she stands and stares at Asami's door for a solid 10 seconds. And she clears her throat and says, "Well then," and then goes back to her room.
When Chong goes to find his mother, everyone's asleep. And I think
The only time the soundproof Chong car isn't full of noise.
absolutely. I think he goes into the soundproof Chong car and he sees everyone's asleep in their sleeping bag, and I think he has a moment of fondness because that's the sight that he likes to see. And I think he tiptoes over to Billy's bag, and I think he quietly nudges her shoulder.
She wakes up, bleary-eyed, looks up at you. "Oh, Junior. What are you doing? What are you doing up so late?"
I had a really bad day today, and I was hoping we could talk.
"Oh no, yeah, we can totally talk." And she gets up and looks around. There's not really a quiet space in this car for you guys to talk.
Can I lead my mom back to my
Yeah.
room for us to talk? I think I give my mom my arm because as she's heavily pregnant, she, probably needs a little balance. And I guide her back to my room, and I let her sit on the bed.
She's looking around. She's like, "Oh, whoa. The rest of this train is fancy. Why don't we get a fancy car?" Doesn't matter.
Zopa, I think, goes over to my mom and lays herself on her lap.
Your mom starts petting Zopa.
Aw. And I think Chong doesn't sit. I think he stands. I think he leans against the wall. And he goes, yeah, it's what was available, but I'm glad you and the fam are making it as comfy as you can. You guys looked pretty snug in there, like, snugly, I should say.
Hey, it's been a while since we slept underneath a roof.
I remember, I think the last big time when I was traveling with you guys was at Village Iomashu. We didn't even need to go under a roof. They just, the guy hosting the venue just offered it to us. And I don't know, we all just shrugged and went, just let's do it. Seems cool. And I don't know, it was kind of crazy not having the sky above us.
That place was nice. We're heading back to Amashu as soon as we can. Gotta re-up the old Badger Mole magic.
Yeah, I gotta keep you guys going.
We're gonna live forever, man.
Right on. And Chong gives you guys, like, the peace sign. He goes, this is gonna sound bad. I guess I haven't. I'm your son, and I haven't asked you this, but how have you been?
We've been good. She pats her stomach. Number 15's on his way. He's kicking and kicking and kicking.
You know it's a boy?
When you have as many kids as me, you can tell it's a boy.
Chong nods.
I'm running out of names. Your dad keeps saying Chong the Third, but I can't do that to you. You have to name your son Chong the Third.
Chong winces, and he goes, "Yeah, I guess you're right. If I have kids and meet the right person."
Oh, you're great with kids. It'd be a real shame if you couldn't have any.
I'm sorry, I'm a little lost for words, but you've seen so much of the world, right?
Been all over the place.
And I've seen a lot of it with you, and we've seen a lot of good, but we've also seen a lot of bad. And, before I became an airbender, I never really let it get to me, because it didn't seem important. I had you, and Dad, and everyone else. Because we traveled, we never had a home because you guys were my home. And as long as my home was okay, nothing else mattered. But now I'm away from home, and I'm seeing all of this good and all this bad, and I'm struggling to handle the bad.
Come here. She grabs you into a hug, more of a side hug because of her pregnant belly. Lay your head down on her belly and you can hear the baby kicking in there. She sort of holds you and rocks the two of you back and forth. You never had to see much of the bad because we don't like the bad. The bad changes the vibes, so we try not to dwell on it, but it's still there. You can't really afford to stop dwelling on it now, can you?
The problem is that, Mama, I can't run away from the bad. I'm now in a position where I need to live with it. And there's half of me that's telling me to run away, and another half of me that's not sure what to do.
Well, we always say follow your bliss, but it seems like your bliss doesn't really know what it wants right now.
I think Chong pauses for a moment at that, and then he nods and he goes, I think that's the problem. I don't know what my bliss is. I don't know what I want. You guys have always impressed on me that as long as you know what you want and it doesn't hurt other people, and you go for it, you won't have any regrets. And for the most part, I don't. But I think Chong sits up and looks at his mother, and he goes, but Mom, everything feels so complicated. Have you always been this way? He kind of gestures to his mother where it's like, where you can just turn it all off.
Did I ever tell you about my childhood?
Chong shakes his head no.
Your dad and I don't really talk about it much, but we grew up during the 100-Year War. We're children of war. We grew up with devastated hometowns, and the bad was all around us. So the two of us, after we found each other, we just decided to block it all out. What can one person do, or two people do, against a war other than try to make life a little better for the people that we come across? You're not in a war, so you can take a little more in than we could, but you still can't take it all in. Just do what you can to make the world a better place for others without hurting yourself too much.
I think Chong pauses for a long moment, and he goes, I don't know what to say. I guess you're right. It just, my feelings are all over the place. Can you ever forgive the bad in the world? Did you ever forgive anything that happened during the 100-Year War?
The enemy was a faceless entity. If you think about it, what does forgiving the Fire Nation mean? The Fire Lord changed hands and changed hands again, and the Fire Nation takes a very, very anti-war stance. So, hey, we're pro-Fire Nation. We love them over there. But, who's to forgive? The specific soldiers that were forced to beat down my door and burn my father's farm? They're all dead now. I've outlived them. I found the secret to immortality and they didn't. Forgiveness is your choice. You don't have to forgive anyone. You don't have to forgive the people that cause all the towns in the Earth Kingdom to need aid from the airbenders. You don't have to forgive the people that killed off the airbenders in the first place. You don't have to forgive anyone if you don't want to. Part of the reason we leave it all behind is because it's hard. It's hard to witness it, and it's hard to forgive the people who've made you witness it. So if you don't witness it at all, your life's bliss.
I think Chong takes another long moment to think and sighs. I'm sorry, Mama. That sounds a lot like running away. But I think you're right about forgiveness. I mean, there's a reason the word give is in it, right? It's something you give. Oh, Dad would be so proud of that one, huh?
He really would. You have such a way with words.
How about this? I'll give you some more zingers tomorrow. For now, though, let's get you back to bed. I think I'm feeling a little better.
Anytime.
And Chong helps walk his mom back to her sleeping bag.
Shall we go to Sabi and Hanako?
I want to set the scene here because I think they've kind of gone to sleep without really like talking this through at all. Is there a full moon? There is now.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So like, you know, it's late. It's like 3 or 4 in the morning. It's dark. The moon is risen. And like, I guess Hanako, as you wake up, Sabi is like sitting, there's like a little seat and like a bench kind of thing by the window. And you see that she's sitting there. She is wearing the like white blouse that she wears and just like her underwear. So she's just kind of gotten up from bed and her hair is down, like she's undone the braids. And she is sitting there cleaning her guns. So you see her like kind of going, you know, brushing out the barrel and like sort of inspecting the chambers. You can smell like some kind of oil that she uses to keep the guns lubricated. She's just kind of like methodically going through and like checking them and lubricating them and everything. So that's what you see as you like wake up.
Hanako sits up in bed and then wraps her arms around her legs, sort of pulls them up, hugs her knees, and stares at you for a second. I respect the thoroughness, but are you certain you need to be doing that right now?
You see her close her eyes and like she closes the loading gate to the pistol and just like sets it down on the table, and you see her sort of like press her hand into her forehead and turns towards you. If they'd taken that man away, I think he'd be dead by now.
I think you're right.
I didn't tell Chong this, and I didn't tell you before, but Chun's triad they're well known for how effective they are, and they don't give out extensions on debt. But I feel like I'm just making excuses because I missed the first shot.
I think Hanako takes a moment to process this. There's a look on her face for a moment where she's like, no, you didn't. And then she realizes. Ah, so you didn't intend, then, for that.
I don't know. I think not the first one, no. The second one, absolutely. And I think at a certain point you get a kind of memory to your hand about what things are supposed to feel like, and it's hard to not fall back into that.
I understand. Can I confess something?
Anything.
It was a long train ride to Ba Sing Se, and it gave me some time to reflect. I think I wish we had done something different in Bin Air.
You see Sabi kind of like look out the window and sort of drum her fingers against the tabletop.
I've always been focused on the end goal. I'm good at accomplishing what we need to do next. You give me a short-term problem, I've got a solution. But I think we might have really messed things up for that town, and I don't think Asami realizes.
I don't know if Asami realizes how broken everything is right now.
She's almost as blind as Wu.
Those people that you fought on Kyoshi Island, they didn't just come up out of nothing. They didn't just decide one day to go on a crusade against the people of the Earth Kingdom. They were caused by something. It doesn't feel like we're qualified to do anything about it.
Maybe not. They were caused by something, but so were you.
You see Sabi turn towards you, and you can see tears in her eyes.
I think Hanako gets out of bed and comes over, and she's very careful about how she touches you.
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows that you have very particular boundaries about it. And so she does not immediately hug you like she did with Chong, but her hand comes out and hovers for a moment.
I think as soon as you get close, she just kind of leans in and wraps her arms around you.
Hanako softly wraps her arms around you as well.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't have an answer for that right now. I don't have a big picture plan guiding me these days. I barely have a small picture plan.
The last couple weeks, it's been I've focused down to such a small point, and now I feel like that's just been ripped out from under me, and I don't...
If you'll permit me for a moment, I think Hanako looks out the window, up to the moon as well, and then back to you. We aren't going to talk about that now. It's not what you need. You have been incredibly focused on what's right in front of us for the entire time I've known you. And it's a determination I respect and appreciate. It's a determination, like I've mentioned, I can understand. But I don't think it's a quality that serves the woman you're becoming.
Sabi, kind of looks down at her hands for a little bit and sort of turns them over, like she's looking at something that isn't there.
And I think that's the woman who needs your attention tonight.
You're right. I feel... I don't know how I feel, but you're right.
Right now, you don't need to understand how you feel, but we need to sit with it. We can't just move on from this. We need to understand what it means.
Sabi leans into Hanako, up against her shoulder, and closes her eyes. I've always had a hard time just existing, just being there. Can we do that just for a little bit right now? Just exist for just a little while.
Hanako smiles, and she puts her hands on the back of your head and holds you close. And she says, I think that sounds lovely.
Thank you for listening to Moment of Balance. This episode featured Janiyah Riley as Sabi, Chrissy Sylvia as Chong, Dami Carmia as Hanako, and Anna Marcus as our GM and producer. The music for this episode was written by Anna Marcus. This episode was edited by Dami Carmia and Anna Marcus. If you liked what you heard, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/badrep. Huge thanks to our patrons: Carl Rigney, Optimistic Duelist, Scarlet, Kai McKenna, Preston Esom, Patrick McCullough, Anarchy Barbie, Chip Highbeams, Cassie the Star Bitch, Softy, Worker B2871, and Rosie Common. Moment of Balance is produced by Bad Rep Productions and is part of the Bard Rock Network. Check out Bad Rep's other shows at badrep.productions and Bard Rock's other shows at bardrockcafe.com. And remember, be a breath of fresh air. Don't be a fart.
I thought you were gonna say Baby Cafe.
The B in Bossing Say stands for Baby Cafe.
Don't cut that out of the recording because it won't mean anything to anyone for a minute.